Okay, so this is gonna be my first, whatever you want to call it, show, interview, whatever. All right. Basically, so you want to be in the music business. You want to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. I don't know what level you are. I don't know whether you're an artist, you're an aspiring rapper, you're a producer, you're a guy just working on the studio, or a woman. You're somebody that wants a distribution deal. You can sing. You're talented. Whatever it is that you are. Now is the time when I'm going to break it down to you. 90% of the people in the business are just making up a lot of the puff. All right, 90%. 10% of the people in the business are the real deal. Those are the people that will be able to just make you succeed in life, in whatever it is that you're passionate in, whatever it is that you're trying to chase after. So you're going to bump into people that are going to promise you the world. They're going to promise you anything. And believe me when I tell you, you're going to believe it. Right? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is if they can deliver what they say. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, yeah, you get a distribution deal. You get a PMD deal, which is a pressing manufacturing distribution deal. You can get a straight up distribution deal. You want to get on a label, you're going to have to make some noise to get on the label. You want to get signed to a production company or a studio or attached to a famous producer, anything like that, you have to bust your hump to get it. It's not going to be easy. If you think that you're going to get your stuff played on the internet that easily and heard all over the world, there are a million people or more doing the same thing. So you have to be very special. You have to stand out. You have to do a combination of things. But I'm here to tell you that, yeah, it's doable. It's possible. You can do it. But you need to have information. You need to have the contacts, the relationships, and you have to be able to strive to be better. Push yourself to the limit. Push yourself all the way in all the areas that you need. Okay, so let's talk about distribution. You can put out a record on the internet, okay? Depending on how you promote it, determines how many sales you make. What are you going to make? A nickel, 20 cents, maybe tops, 25 cents a download? If you're not on offline, if you're not in the stores, if you're not selling an album, right? Depending what kind of deal you got off that album, you're not going to make the money that you want to make. The money comes from your live performances. The money comes from those merchandising deals. The money comes from those tours. That's where your real money comes from. So if you think that you're going to make all this money on the internet, unless you sell a million, zillion copies, that's not going to happen. Okay? That's the reality of it. Yeah, you heard the stories of the different people that have been successful doing that. But how many stories of people who have not? They just haven't done it because, you haven't heard about them because they haven't made it. And they're still out there trying. Okay? It's about who you meet, when you meet them, what they can do in your career, and definitely about what kind of money do you have. The more money you have, guess what? The more people you could pay in order to let people know who you are. In that same capacity, you also got to think about how long your money's going to last. Is this your savings? Or is this money that you have gathered up together enough to work on this project? Those are important questions to ask yourself, because if it's your savings, then you know what? You're taking a big risk. But if it's money you allotted aside to do what you want to do your passion, then go for it. All right? But spend it wisely. Don't go to a club and hang out with Akon and Lil Wayne and all them guys and dump 5-10 G's in the evening just to hang out with them, and the next day you can't pay your hotel bill. That's not, that's not wise. That's not the way to go. Yet it happens every single day with every different artist all over the country. If you're in a little pocket and you're in a little area, yeah, you got to blow up that area before you go and say, you know what? I'm the best rapper, I'm the best singer, I'm the best this, that. You got to blow up that area, because if they don't know you in your area, who's going to believe you in other areas? Right? So let's talk about how important is distribution to you. Let's put in numbers. Let's say you sold 1,000 units per city. Now you tell me how many cities you want to be in. Now let's say you made, let's just put a number. We're just putting a number. We're not saying that's the actual number. Let's put $1. $1. You're making $1 per album sold per city. If you did 1,000 copies per city, you haven't even performed. That's how important distribution is. Distribution is your lifeline of reaching different marketplaces to let people know who you are. If you're not placed in different places, guess what? You're only selling in the area that you're at. So if you're only selling in the West Coast, that's all you're being played at. That's all the only store you're at. Then that's all the sales you're gonna get. And unless you maximize that, unless you could do something like what Death Row did out there, then you know what, you're gonna stay stuck in that area. So the key is to be all over the place, like water, right? To promote yourself in that capacity. That's why distribution is key. But you know what? What's more important is who's distributing your product that's gonna pay you, because you could get a distribution deal and never see a dime from the people because they're waiting for the next single or the next album to pay you. Because guess what? If you don't come out with another album, they can tell you, hey man, we're still sitting on your product. We still haven't got paid. What are you going to do about it? Go to court? Go ahead. Let's find out who got the deeper pockets. So yeah, distribution is key. You got to know what distributor to go with. It's got to be a good deal. All right? Your publishing is going to be key in that point. All right? Your radio play. You make money from radio play. If it's played in any radio station all over the world. And guess what? You got to track that too. If you're an independent label, you're going to have to track your music and find out where's it being played at. Distribution on the internet. Whole new world for the whole music industry. 10 years and this has been going bananas. I mean, Eminem when he did his release, he sold like 1.3 million copies, I think it was, in the first week. Unheard of. Okay? But different artists are doing that now. That takes a lot of money and a lot of contacts, a lot of different things that you have to do in that area, in the digital side. Okay, if you don't have that money, then you know what? You need to contact a lot of people. You have to have that network of people that you're gonna spread the word. So you have to do it all. You have to do the Facebook, you have to do the YouTube, but you have to do the iTunes, you have to do the Amazon, you have to do it all. Right, to get that whole digital domain really locked in. And don't kid yourself. You need the offline. You need to be in the stores, like I said before, because there are people that are just computer phobia. They're not going to go and download the music. They want to have that CD for those people that pick up those CDs. All right? Your music also has to be played not only in regular mainstream radio, okay, but also have to be played in internet radio shows, underground radio shows, college radio shows. So when you start thinking about how you're going to promote yourself and how you're going to distribute your music all over the place, you think about the different levels, clubs, radio, the different platforms of radio that they have now, all right, and how long, because music gets dated, how long is a person going to actually play your record? A month? 2 months? 3 months? Before they get tired of it? Is your album going to come out on time? So that way, that when that record is being played, your album's getting released and everybody's hot on it. Think of yourself as a consumer. Are you going to buy an album that you only hear one hit? Or you're going to buy an album that you hear 3 or 4? So, very key when you're going forward. You have to have a couple of hits in your album. And you have to be able to take criticism. I don't care if your mom and your dad say, I love the song, you're great. You know what? The person who gives you the most honest criticism is the person who don't know you, doesn't care about you, and just listening to the song to see whether they like it. If they like it, then you're going somewhere with that person. You got to make thousands of people like it. There are different distributors that I would suggest. And there are different internet